Hello everyone, this is Nick Stanley with GoEngineer, and today I'm going to be showing you a quick overview on how to create a design study in SOLIDWORKS. So design studies can be used to generate variations of parts with an end goal in mind. So to create a design study, we'll come up here and we'll select the Evaluate tab and then Design Study. When a design study is created, you can see it appends to the bottom bar here and it'll pull up this window. In this window we have variables, constraints, and goals. Starting out with variables, variables are different things you can choose to, vary to get closer to your end goal. So to add a variable, we'll click on Add Parameter, and we're going to actually create a new one called Hole Size. As you can see, I've already created two other ones, and that's just for the sake of time. There are a couple different things you can choose when making a variable. We can select model dimension, global variable, simulation, and material. We're just going to focus on model dimension for this one. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to select our diameter, which we wish to change as a variable. So we'll select that and hit apply. And then OK. So as we can see here, we have hole size, and we have another drop down here that says range with step, discrete values, or range. We're going to be using range with step. Essentially what that means is we have a minimum size that the hole can vary to and a maximum size the hole can vary to, and a step amount, which is how much it will jump in between each of these variables. So it'll start out at 150 thousandths, jump to 130 thousandths, and then jump to 450 thousandths. I'll go ahead and apply the other two that we have, and we may want to edit some of these. So the track width is the width of this pulley track here, and 150 thousandths is a little too small for me. We'll actually set this to 280 thousandths minimum, and then 320 thousandths minimum. We'll keep the step amount on 150 thousandths though. For the diameter is going a little too small for me, so I'll actually set this to 2 inches, and then the max to 4 inches. The step amount for this one will also do 150 thousandths. So as you can see, while I'm changing these step amounts, our total active scenarios is changing. So what this means is that this number here, 90, there will be 90 parts that it will generate for us to try and hit our goal. Okay, so under constraints, a constraint is a limiter that will affect our goal. It will kind of set a range at which the part is acceptable. So if we go ahead and add a sensor for a limiter, or for a constraint rather, we're going to use mass properties and mass. And we can go ahead and hit the green check. So within here we have a drop down for monitor only, which will only just watch the change in mass, is greater than a certain mass, is less than a certain mass, or is in between. We're going to use in between, and we'll say between 0.7 and 0.8 pounds. And then finally our goal. Our goal is what we want to get out of the part by using the design study. For this one, we're going to be using mass, so we're going to keep it on the same mass properties and mass, and hit the green check. And in here we have the options for minimize, maximize, and is exactly. For this one we're going to use is exactly, and we're going to do 0.75 pounds. Whenever we choose a goal, this check mark for optimization will need to be checked. If you try to check it off, it will say optimization is required to calculate a design study with at least one goal. If we don't have a goal and we just have a constraint, we can uncheck that. But we're all set and ready to go. If we go ahead and hit run, it will generate variations of our part with the variables we have set, and we'll end up finding an optimal part for us based on the variations and the end goal. Okay, so our design study has finished and it has found an optimal part, which is optimal part number 49. And we can go ahead and select that, and this is the part that it has generated for us. Notice how when these parts are changing, only the variables that we have set are actually changing. Things like our key that we didn't set anything up on won't change. So we can actually scroll down the line here, and all of the ones that are in red are ones that did not reach our goal. All of the ones that have reached our goal are displayed in white. So you can see 49 here is the one that has chosen as the optimal, but if you don't necessarily like the one that it chooses as the optimal for you, you can actually select another. Like, let's click on number 56 here, and I like this better, personally. If we wanted to choose this part as the part we want to continue with, we can actually just tab back over to the model, and we can see that it has kept our part, and it has also kept our mass. I hope you found this video useful, and thank you for watching.